This week on Jimbo Vision, it's The Programme.
Ryan Little.
The Programme is Stephen Frears' film about Lance Armstrong, the cyclist who took an entire sport for a ride, the man who proved that in racing it's important getting the right gear. It stars Ben Foster as Armstrong himself, Guillaume Canet as the story's other big peddler, Dr. Michele Ferrari, and Chris O'Dowd as brave campaigning journalist David Walsh, who coincidentally co-wrote this film. Now, director Frears has himself been in a rich vein of form of late, but this film, I'm afraid, is a little bit of an EPO rubbish. Consider, Armstrong's story is one of the most remarkable things anywhere. A cancer survivor who becomes the Tour de France's greatest ever winner, but then turns out to be the Tour de France's greatest ever cheat. With a backdrop of the magnificent Tour itself, it is epic stuff. But in Frears' hands, it all feels a little bit small in scale, a bit like a TV movie. Maybe that's why it's called The Programme. Factually, it is spot on, but dramatically, it's got more flat stages than the first week of the tour itself. Part of the problem is the cast. With the exception of Dustin Hoffman, who they presumably blew the entire budget on, they all look like they could do with something performance-enhancing. Biggest disappointment of all is Ben Foster as Armstrong. Foster is a decent enough actor, but Armstrong, whatever else he may be, is big. Texas big, charismatic, menacing, at times magnificent, a man with a religious zeal for winning that made even doubting him seem like heresy. Now, in the film, Lance himself talks about how Hollywood are lining up Matt Damon to play him in a movie. Seeing Foster's small and slightly chippy performance then must be for Lance the greatest punishment of all. Now, unfortunately, the film gets it almost as badly wrong with the tour itself, which is of course vast and downright brutal whether you're on dope or not. Here, it just seems like a day on the milk race. Moments of great cinematic drama from Lance's actual history, like the crashes or the look, most of all, that famous backward glance that he gave Jan Ullrich, are nowhere to be seen. What racing we do get is a muddle of low-budget reenactments and old TV clips, most of which have Phil Liggett still shouting all over them. What else? Well, the graphics are a little outdated. The soundtrack seems like it's been borrowed from another production entirely. And did I dream it, or was there a bizarre moment halfway through when Chris O'Dowd suddenly switches from lead character to narrator and then back again? Sincerely then, anyone who's interested in this story could do a lot better by checking out Alex Gibney's excellent 2013 documentary, The Armstrong Lie, which features the real Lance, the real David Walsh, and the real Tour de France. Quite why Stephen Frears felt the world needed his dramatisation now, I'm not sure. It only really succeeds in making this story a little bit smaller, and that's not what I go to the cinema for. I'm giving it a 4 out of 10.